Today's a work day, gentlemen, and you know what that means? We gotta get better today. What I want to know is, who's ready to work? I'm ready to work. Are you ready to work? If you are, then go out and prove it to me. Show me what you got.
Down! 50, plant! Ready, ready! Here we go, set! 15, Leaf River, Leaf River! Got it? Fire! On the set, puck go! Okay, break! Hit it! Here we go! 8, read! Hit it! Ready, ready! 8, set, go! Come on, set! 70, Indy! Shoot! Ready up?
This is your last opportunity.
Now.
Let's go for gold.
All right, man, bring it in tight, bring it in tight. Let me tell you something. That was the best practice of the season. Not a single mental mistake. That's the type of practice championship teams have. Keep it up.
Let's go! 18 Gator! Get it! Let's go now! 10 Tucson! Say hut! Ready? Ready, ready? Set. 30 base. Leaf River, Leaf River. Here we go, here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Fire. Ready? 60 Orange. Puck, go. Set, ready? 60 Outlaw. Hit it. Yo, Jackrabbit, come on. Set. 90 Wolf. Hit it. Ready, set. Set, go. Down. 10 Lobo. Shoot. Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. Now. Okay, ready? Get it! 15, Lonnie. Say, huh? Ready, ready. Ready, ready. Ready, break. Leaf river, leaf river. Ready, ready. 8, read. Fire. Come on, set. 18, Gator. Huck, go. Let's go. 70, Indy. Hit it. Let's go now. 18, Gator. Hit it. Set it. 10, Tucson. Set, go.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see third-year man Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears as they take on Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team. Brandon Godden, and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bears offense heading out, led by Mitchell Trubisky, a Pro Bowler last year in 2018. And, of course, the number 2 overall pick in the draft back in 2017. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
Running back Tariq Cohen brings us all to our feet when he's on the field because you never know how they're going to utilize it. In 2018, was able to run, throw, and catch a touchdown pass. And in addition, was a 2018 Pro Bowl return specialist for the NFC. The human joystick makes everything better when he's on the field.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. We'll look now at our starting defense. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and to be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. On 2nd down, here's Locke. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hey, Haywood. Hey, Sam off. Hey, lock it. Switch. Check nickel. Look at me. Go, get it.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he's going to have to hook up to Sutton. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain. So they're piecing together a nice... And he'll get in! Touchdown, Denver! Phillip Lindsay, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Denver getting set to take the field. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do? I
don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You better be ready next time.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Pulled in at the 24. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They were winners last week defeating the Raiders, and right now they're in the driver's seat here as they start off 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
50 seconds to mine. Score. Look, squeeze. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Hey, switch gears. Switch fire.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lock, flush to his right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. He was a 2nd-round pick. Many scouts thought he could have gone higher than that.
And I was one of them. Even though I don't scout for any particular team, I had a 1st-round grade on him. And frankly, I'm surprised he lasted to the 2nd round. They got a steal with this player.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Now it's Lindsey, and he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
80 weapons. safety creep. Hey, Sam off. Hit it.
They do go for it. It's Locke. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down.
Rock it. Shoot.
On third and long, it's Locke. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
And give them a chance to let it develop a little bit. You can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backward on the play. And it'll be fourth down. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot. That he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. After the sack on first down, Locke. He completes this to Sutton. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. And Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot. Shit. Hey, echo. Shit. Ready?
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, stand off.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 2nd and 9, Locke. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This from 54 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start with a couple of bitter rivals from the AFL days. Kansas City traveling west to take on Oakland. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in that one. Tyreek Hill, a touchdown reception. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Lamar Jackson, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And that one, compelling, as evidenced by that scoreline. In our game, it was a rookie Drew Lock saying, "This is why I should have been picked in the first round." He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Lock under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kevin Pierre-Louis coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Rock it. Hey, Alpha. Switch. Under crunch. Shoot.
Here we go on 4th down with Locke. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. Chris Harris speeds in for the sack on the quarter blitz.
Well, they had to write down to take a shot downfield.
Check back.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he's got it. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Eric Saubert, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
This is on their side. Hey.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Keep playing hard.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Here's Locke to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Locke again here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Safety's creeping. Shit. Alert 3.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got this complete to Hamilton. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Locke throwing on target to Fan. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check. Hey, lock it.
Hot. Check 24. Check 24.
Check. Big rip.
Now a carry for Lindsey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And quickly, they get to the line.
Look at me. Go. Hard.
On 2nd and 9. Lock. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Khalil Mack. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Rush in. Watch that. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Watch.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. Trubisky now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Pass from Trubisky taken in by Gabriel. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He finds Robinson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now it's Trubisky. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Trubisky. This is caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Mike Purcell able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Trubisky gives to Cohen, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Throwing here, Trubisky. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Whip. Watch the whip.
You draw quarters.
25. Check 25. Check 25. Check.
Rock it. Gone.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go, here we go. 10-2 soft.
Heavy on the edges. Check those.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Look, squeeze. You're out. Go.
Throwing his lock on third down. Eluded. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So now Trubisky and the Bears down by 13, a little over a minute and a half remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Ready? Here we go. Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Throwing again on second down. Trubisky. Now that completion came out of the drag route, and defensively I think they were in man, weren't they?
Yeah, because when you're running that drag underneath, oftentimes the complementary routes are pushing the defense deeper to try and open up that space, and it's really difficult to stay with a guy in man because he's just going to keep moving and trying to move away from you, and if he gains leverage on you on the route and then runs away, that's usually a completion for the offense.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos will take over on downs. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Fair.
Jim. Check. 3.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Tighten up. Check safety.
From midfield, here's Locke. He finds his target, Beckham. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Locke now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
Protein spill. Hey, Sam off.
Come up the ball. Switch. Check nickel.
Hey, lock it.
Switch. Check.
Look at me. Door.
Bang. Check four.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Come on, Locke.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger And dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Broncos, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.